Greetings, humanity! We have returned! We are once again here for Abject Adventure Gamery, doing Zork 3. And with me, as always, is Lucci. Hello!
Hello! I'm with you as always.
Yes. Yes. Always there in the back of my mind. Doing things I cannot see.
That itch you cannot scratch.
Yeah, I know. How do you do that?
I'm a brain tickle.
Oh, God. How you been, man? What's up?
Normal. Making mistakes. Making mistakes.
Ah, yes, me too.
Oh, good. Good. My friends here have started vehemently collecting and playing the new Lorcana collectible card game.
Oh, yeah.
Magic for Disney lovers, for Disney adults. And when I, in the early 2000s, when I sold off all my old Magic cards and bought board games, I said I made myself a promise that I was never going to do a collectible card game again, because they are a dangerous slope and awful.
They are.
And I wholeheartedly agree with for my former self, as I have already spent too much money now on Lorcana.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm wondering if they have rehab clinics for this kind of thing yet.
I'm so sad. like I've been clean for, God, over 20 years.
It's okay. It's okay. It's just one step at a time.
I quit Magic shortly after Ice Age.
Ooh. That's actually, I think, before I quit Magic.
Like,
I quit
seriously.
sometime around Homelands, I think.
Yeah, Homelands was the last set that was out while I was still playing.
Ah, yeah. Sort of came to that realization at roughly the same time that I was like, hey, I should have money in my bank account.
And while at the time I was legally an adult, now starting off collecting Lorcana, which was hard to find, and like all this stuff recently, I realized it's extra dangerous because I have adult money.
Yeah, that's true.
Where
Adult money, it's insidious. It's much more dangerous than
newly
young
adult money. Yeah. It's been awful because I've been looking at stuff and I'm like, yeah, I remember I used to go in, buy spend my $10, get my 2 packs, and cross my fingers. And now I can walk into a store and buy my 2 boxes, and I'm like, this is insane. Why am I having that same mentality only with adult money? So it's a lot of me looking online and going, okay, cool, put a bunch of things in my cart, okay, and delete my cart. Okay, good, I'm still an adult.
Yes. It's okay to imagine doing it.
Right.
But then, if you actually pull the trigger on it, then you may have a problem. Ultimately.
Yeah. ADD and being up late at night, late at night by myself is a dangerous combination.
Mm. Yeah. I haven't played any collectible card games for a very long time. It's been around that 90s, late 90s.
Yeah.
But it's just sort of amazing. It's amazing that it's still going. But that's how Wizards was eventually able to buy D&D. That's how these things happen. Have you have any other gaming stuff, related stuff going on?
Did I tell you I think I told you last time I got a copy of They Live?
I think That sounds like you might have told me, but
Yeah,
my brain didn't hold on to it completely.
So social deduction game, whether you're invader or part of the resistance.
Okay, yeah.
I got the add-on that gives you polarized sunglasses so that you can read whether you're an invader or part of the resistance on the cards. Thematically on fucking point.
Nice.
And
nice.
I got to play it last night, and the game itself is a lot of fun. It's really good. It's a different social deduction game because your characters take damage and stuff like that. So like there's like different types of like community activities that you need to do while you're trying to figure out who the invaders are. So it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I don't like the instructions for it are not very clear. So there are some questions that I'm gonna have to go to online for. I thought when I read through them, I was like, yeah, no, I get it, that makes sense. But then actually playing it, you're like, I got questions.
Yeah. They a lot of times that that'll happen. It's getting. I'm not gonna say dangerously. I'm not dangerously close to to 1 year hence being ready yet, but it's getting there. It's getting close to being dangerously close to being ready. We have to. I'm starting the process of resizing the cards so that I can, if I want, go to print on demand with it. The only problem there, it is going to be very expensive because I made too many cards.
Right.
So like, if people want a physical copy, I do not expect to sell many physical copies. I mean, I don't expect to sell much at all anyway, but at this point, even if it gets attention, I don't expect to sell many physical copies because they'll be a bit upwards of where of what I would spend on such a game. I think probably.
Right.
Typically, but at the same time, I mean, there are people who do. And so it's I want to make that an option. For now, I mean, I'm doing it all by myself. I'm not doing a Kickstarter. I'm not doing a thing where I'm ordering them in bulk. I don't have a thing where I'm going around to cons or anything. This is like going to be my first quote-unquote major publication.
Right.
You don't count the things that I have that I'm still working on that I just sort of threw up on itch as like its own, the not terribly pretty versions of things that I'm still working on. So it's a thing, but I'm gonna try to work out ways to have them for virtual platforms and things like that. So, make that easier.
Gotcha. Yeah.
We shall see. We just finished the last night. The sign-ups for one-shots I'm running at the end of it near the end of the month, end of the year. We closed the one-shots. So the one-shots are closed. And so now I'm just sort of going through and trying to figure out who's going to be in what game, and so that's going to occupy a lot of my brain space after a bit. But all of that happening and trying to set up another thing. We're trying to set up Alas for the Angry Void for early next year, and all manner of that. Mostly planning, so very little. So there's a little actual gaming, but it's mostly planning.
Right.
And I played in stuff that's been pre-recorded and will perhaps see the light of day one day. Or some other games. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Without plans, you don't have execution. Like, it's just you gotta have one first.
That's fair. Apparently you have to do these things. Where you actually plan a thing before you do the thing.
Right.
But that said, if you're ready, we'll go ahead and head over to we're going to head over to Zork now, and see if we can actually do things with it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just excited that we can finish our first run through.
Yes, our first ever run through. We have never done this before.
we're at least we're about to do things we've never done before. So,
Hopefully. We'll see how it works. Unstable Deus is now in chat telling us random is a plan. Hey,
tell that to the wall I ran into.
Maybe that was part of the wall's plan all along.
Yeah, random is whose plan?
That is the issue. I forgot I named the last save Post Old Man Society.
God. We're amusing, if not to anybody else.
No. I think all that really matters, as long as we're having a good time, I think that's all that really, that's pretty much what really matters. Hopefully someone else can get something out of it.
Words I live my life by.
Also, I'm being told
having a good time.
Yeah. Also, I'm being told ad hoc is a time.
Yeah.
So we are in the engravings room. In a room with passages heading southwest and southeast. The north wall is ornately carved, filled with strange runes and writing in an unfamiliar language. The outline of a door is barely visible on the surface of the rock. So I guess, and we are carrying a Froboz's Magic Grew Repellent, a very ancient book, a wooden staff, a vial, a cloak being worn, a sword, a hood being worn, a sword, a torch, a strange key, a golden amulet being worn, and a golden ring being worn. We have our points, 7 out of 7. I think that's actually... We have a 7 out of possible 7 points. So we have hit the maximum score. Which means that all that is left, in theory, is getting to the end.
Uh-huh. I like theories.
Theories are good. Theories are good. But the thought is that, in theory, all we should have to do is make it, once again, up through these rooms. We're in the engravings room down here right now, and we just go up, do the thing with the button and the beam, get into the hallway, and deal with the puzzle room, which will turn into this configuration, and then, pass through the hallway, beyond it, up to the dungeon entrance, and then we'll be on new territory. Seems pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I think we're good.
So did killing the guy.
Yeah, I know. Right? That too seemed straightforward, and then we had to repeat the game for a third time.
Or not giving a treasure chest to a suspicious person. They all seem pretty straightforward.
Well, we're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna go ahead and, I guess, open the door and sort of see what happens. And the massive stone door opens noiselessly. Beyond the once secret door are dark, forbidding stairs that lead down to a passage below. Dim light, as from torches, can be seen in the passage. So, unless you have any objections, we're gonna go right ahead.
Yeah.
Button room. You are standing at the southern end of a long, dimly lit hall. To the south, stairs ascend into darkness. To the north, the corridor is illuminated by torches set high in the walls, out of reach. On one wall is a red button. I don't remember.
How to do this?
I don't remember if... no, I'm sorry. I was looking at chat for a moment. And, Nino seems to be playing a lawyer game. I'm not sure what's happening. He's objecting.
Oh, okay.
It's probably going to be sustained, whatever it turns out to be, because
I find
knowing how we do this.
This whole ordeal is quite objectable.
Yeah. I can't remember if we push the button first. I can't remember if we push the button first. What's the name of that?
Ace Attorney, Ace Attorney series.
That was what I was trying to remember.
Objection.
There is a Perry Mason text adventure. I don't know if you know this.
No, that's so great.
As it turns out, I have managed to get a copy of it.
That's so good. That's pretty amazing.
They came out with it. Tellarium, the same people who did the Amber text adventure game back in the 80s, did a Perry Mason adventure game, and I am strongly tempted at various times to look at it. They also did Rendezvous with Rama. Anyway, I don't know if we're supposed to press the button before we block the laser. I can't remember, or if we do it afterward.
I think we do it afterward. I think that makes sense.
So if we continue north, beam room. I'm sorry, the beam, not the laser. It's fantasy. We don't know about lasers. You're in the middle. Actually, I have no idea. We know about flood control dams, though. So it's we know about buttons that you press and have a thing happen. You're in the middle. I mean, it's 9:48 for goodness sake. That's we're in the 10th century already. You're in the middle of a long north-south corridor whose walls are polished stone. A narrow red beam of light crosses the room at the north end, inches above the floor. The corridor continues north and south. And I think it was, what was it? Block the beam.
Yeah.
With the repellent. The can of Grue repellent. The beam is now interrupted by a Froboz's magic Grue repellent lying on the floor. So then we head south and press the button. Click snap. We head north and north again, and we are in the hallway. Good. This is a part of the long hallway. The east-west walls are dressed stone. In the center of the hall is a shallow stone channel. In the center of the room, the channel widens into a large hole around which is engraved a compass rose. The hallway continues to the south. A large mirror fills the north side of the hallway. The mirror is mounted on a panel which has been opened outward.
Right. Good.
See nothing special about the mirror. So shall we proceed ahead to the puzzle room?
Yeah. Let's do this. This is the last thing we have to do before
we're in new territory. New. Yeah. Okay. Here we are again. Thankfully, we've done this once before. Inside mirror. You are inside a rectangular box of wood whose structure is rather complicated. 4 sides and the roof are filled in, and the floor is open. As you face the side opposite the entrance, 2 short sides of carved and polished wood are to your left and right. The left panel is mahogany, the right pine. The wall you face is red on its left half and black on its right. On the entrance side, the wall is white opposite the red part of the wall it faces, and yellow opposite the black section. In the floor is a stone channel about 6 inches. This is what they give us when they can't draw pictures. In the floor is a stone channel about 6 inches wide and a foot deep. The channel is oriented in a north-south direction. In the exact center of the room, the channel widens into a circular depression, perhaps 2 feet wide. Incised in the stone around this area is a compass rose. Running from one short wall to the other at about waist height is a wooden bar, carefully carved and drilled. The bar is pierced in 2 places. The first hole is in the center of the bar, and thus the center of the room. The second is at the left end of the room. As you face opposite the entrance, through each hole runs a wooden pole. The pole at the left end of the bar is short, extending about a foot above the bar, and ends in a hand grip. The pole has been dropped into a hole carved in the stone floor. The long pole at the center of the bar extends from the ceiling through the bar to the circular area in the stone channel. The bottom end of the pole has a T-bar, a bit less than 2 feet long, attached to it, and on the T-bar is carved an arrow. The arrow and the T-bar are pointing west. Your lie's proof. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Yes, yes, indeed. So I remember how we do this. I think.
Is it worth 1,000 words? Really worth?
You make a deal. Try to, bid 500, settle at 750.
We're gonna haggle this. I can get this lower.
Yeah.
You're not worth 1,000 words.
Oh God. Let us not take food out of the mouths of artists, for God's sake.
Oh, come on. I can do that.
Why, when you have AI to do it for you? Oh, jeez. I love doing these things with you.
We take such left turns.
Yeah. I think it helps when there's a peanut gallery, though, because they just help introduce random factors. So as I recall, the way we do this is we lift one of the the thing, and we turn and we push one of the wall colors until the room is perpendicular from the way that it was.
Right.
And then I think we push the room south to the other channel. Is that right? So that the north end is open?
I think so. Yeah, because we got it.
Okay.
Right. We rotate the entrance. So we rotate it twice, and then push it down the hall so we can get to the other side.
Yeah. Because the channel goes north-south. We already passed one of the compass rose depressions that was empty, and
right.
To the south of us now. And so I guess we orient it like that and push the room south so that it then goes into that groove. And then I think we can just push the wood panel that'll be north of us open, and then we'll be able to go through.
Right. And
If
then
I
that
remember,
opens up. And then that opens up like the two passageways on either side or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can go around it from then on.
Right.
Because that room's like slightly bigger, I guess.
Yeah, it's like wider than it is. Yeah, whatever. And when you turn it.
Yeah. The thing with the well, it's because it's oriented in a different direction now, right? It's not the entire wall anymore. It's half the It's a rectangle.
No, I hear you. Science.
Yeah. Science. Science.
Today is a good day for science.
Yes. So I guess the first step is what? Lifting.
Yeah, I think we have to lift the bar, or lift the one handle, the T-bar, the handle, whatever.
T-bar or the wooden bar. Lift.
T-bar, I think. No.
Lift wooden bar. The mirror quietly swings shut. Well, we're committed now. Lift, pull. I can't. Hang on. Let me look at it. Short pull.
Well, you already lifted the wooden bar, so I think we just move.
Well, it didn't work.
Oh no. Oh.
It says playing with my wooden bar. Didn't work. I think we lift the short pull. I think that's the one that.
Oh yeah.
Keeps it stuck to the ground. Yeah. Okay. Pull is now slightly above. We can't lift the long one. Okay. And so sorry. Let me look at the thing here. So we could. So we've got red, black. So it just depends on which. I guess it doesn't matter.
I don't think so.
Really? As long as we just push one of the colors? And then white. Hang on. Left and black. White, yellow. So We just push one of them and the room will rotate, right?
Right.
Which color do we want?
I don't know.
All right.
White?
Okay.
Is that right? I can't remember.
I don't think it's going to matter. It might, if depending on if. Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, you just push one and.
Yeah. The structure rotates counterclockwise. The arrow on the compass rose now indicates southwest. So we pushed the white wall. The compass is now indicating southwest. It was west.
Right. Oh yeah, we have to
so-
push it twice because it does
Yeah.
the
One
yeah.
more time. Okay. Rotates counterclockwise. The arrow on the compass road now indicates south. And wait, stand by. So it was counterclockwise, so mahogany. We have to push the mahogany wall,
Right.
I think. Okay. Structure sways unsteadily south and stops over another compass rose. There we go.
Yep.
And then I think we lower the short
Pole.
pole.
Yep.
And then we push the pine wall. Right?
I think that sounds right.
Pine wall swings open.
Hey, like
Yay! You remember, this took us forever last time.
I did. It was a whole session, I think,
Yeah. I think that's entirely possible.
because we were very annoyed that the description and the handles like we couldn't even figure out what to pick up basically for the first half.
God, yeah, we were just sitting there drawing,
Yep.
drawing maps, diagrams of the place. It was nuts.
when when video games took real world effort.
Yeah, there's a lot of brain cells that got burned off during that session, I think. Yeah. Mixing the things into the tea.
Oh, you muted yourself. I'll make the noises for you. Ting 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 ting.
The whole point
sorry.
was so that they didn't
Sorry.
have to hear that.
I
Now I don't
know.
even want to touch it.
I really apologize for the slurping.
I'm just gonna stare at it now. You're just gonna be
You say a
staring at
picture's
it
worth
now.
you say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but that picture was worth at least 6 words.
And none of them can be spoken on Twitch. Good lord. I'm just gonna stare at that until I forget. Anyway,
I really apologize.
I'm gonna try to ignore the beverages to my left now for a little while.
Chat's gonna make the noise themselves. Good.
Oh god. Yes, just imagine them in your head. No, the last time I let anyone hear the stirring of the tea, they were very upset about it, so I did not wish to harm them.
Enjoy enjoy the soothing sounds of my clattering noises.
Have tea vicariously through me. Alright, we're heading north. As you leave, the door swings shut. We're in the hallway. This is a part of the long hallway. The east and west walls are dressed stone. In the center of the hall is a shallow stone channel. In the center of the room, the channel widens into a large hole around which is engraved a compass rose. The south side of the room is divided by a wooden wall into small hallways to the southeast and southwest. The corridor continues north.
Yay!
All right.
North.
I'm gonna go ahead and. Everything all right?
No.
All right. Yeah, go in the hallway. North. Hallway. This is a part of a long hallway. East-west walls are dressed stone. In the center of the hall is a shallow channel. In the center of the room, the channel widens into a large hole around which is engraved a compass rose. Somewhat to the north, identical stone statues face each other from pedestals on opposite sides of the corridor. The statues represent guardians of Zork, which sounds like a bank, a military order of ancient lineage. They are portrayed as heavily armored warriors, standing at ease, hands clasped around formidable bludgeons. The corridor continues south.
Oh, right. Right. I forgot about the bludgeoning.
Yep.
That is what bludgeoning does.
It
Makes
does.
you forget.
Yeah, pretty much. So now we must open the vial and drink of its contents, so that they do not bludgeon us to death.
Right.
Vial is open. There's a sweet odor. There's a sweet odor. Its place is online. There's a sweet odor from within the vial, apparently coming from the heavy but invisible liquid. And we shall drink the vial. Drink the liquid. You drink the contents in one gulp, but nothing unusual seems to have happened as a result. And then I guess we just continue north.
Yep.
Hallway. Part of a long hallway. West walls, east and west walls are dressed stone. Center of the halls, shallow stone channel. Center of the room, channel widens into a large hole. Engraved a compass. Could we have pushed the room all the way up to the end?
Maybe. Probably.
I'm now thinking about that. I wonder if... Is that the way to do it? Is that actually... Do we need this vial for inside the dungeon?
Son of a bitch.
What do you think?
Part of me wants to keep going, and the other part of me
I don't know, because, like...
thinks that you're probably right.
We could just keep pushing it forward until...
And then turn the room, and then push
Yeah.
on the... Yeah.
If the stone channel keeps going... Let's see how far it goes. Hang on. Because it probably just goes to the end. To the south is identical stones... Somewhat to the south. Identical stone statues face each other from pedestals. Ooh, and then the corridor continues north. And channel a large hole around a compass rose. And then dungeon entrance. Oh my god. Do we want to go back and give it a try? You want to give it a try real quick just to see if...
Well, save this as an alternate. So if we can't push it forward,
Yes.
we can just go back here.
Anti-push timeline. Because that strangely it makes sense, unfortunately.
Yep.
Okay. We will restore back to
The hallway. Yeah.
Well, the hallway was after we already turned it.
Oh, yeah. All right. I mean, we can turn it back right from there.
Maybe.
Right?
Hang on. Yeah, hang on. There's a wooden wall blocking our way. No, it closed already. Okay. Hang on. We're gonna go. It's not much.
No.
Yeah, we do have to go back to the post-old man society, though. Alas.
Right.
So Logan's Run.
Open door.
Opening the door, back into the button room, back into the beam room.
Put the Grue repellent down.
Beam with the can of Grue repellent. Go back south. Push the button. Head north. And back north. Large mirrors. It's okay. Open outward. I'm gonna save again just in case, because I can. Mirror time again. Okay. Inside mirror. All right.
Lift the short pole.
Lift short pole.
What's the north wall?
Push white wall.
No. Do we want to move? Can we move it forward first? I can't remember.
I don't think we can. I think we have to push. Because here's the thing. If we say push wall, white panel, yellow panel, red panel, pine panel, mahogany panel, black panel.
Right. So which panel is north though?
I mean, when we turn the room, every panel will be north.
I mean that's true. But if we turn it too many times, doesn't it the one panel open?
Well, remember we had pushed the pole down.
Oh, right.
Before we opened it.
Yep.
I think it might have to be stable first before we do that.
We can open it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Right?
We can give it a try. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna. I'm thinking of just doing the same we did last time, which is push the white wall twice.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think it matters which wall we do this with necessarily.
Right.
But we
push
can
the
give
white
it a
wall.
try.
Push the white wall.
Yeah. Okay. So south. Okay. And now we will push the pine. Which one was it?
I think it was pine.
Yeah.
Mahogany.
Left panel is mahogany. Yeah. Well, the mahogany panel was the one we pushed to the south.
Oh, okay.
We got to push the pine wall to go north.
Right.
All right, we'll give that a try.
Push the pine wall.
Push the pine wall. This is your friendly reminder that multiple posts is a single prefix. Just keep moving events later and later. That is post, old man society. Yeah. Nope, it swings open. Okay. Try something else. Let me try putting the mahogany wall up there. This may be impossible, by the way, what we're trying to do. But,
I think before we rotate it, I think we should try just pushing it north.
Well, the problem with that is that it makes us choose. Well, let me try. Okay.
Yeah.
Push north wall. You should specify which panel you want to push. And that's the problem, because right now it would require pushing 2 panels at once.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I don't know if it's sophisticated enough to let us do that.
No.
But that said, if we turn the mahogany panel so that it's that way, we'll see if that has the same effect.
Okay.
So, red, black. If we push the red, that should move us in the right direction. I believe. Hang on, I gotta lift. Well, see, if I try to do it without lifting the bar, then it shakes slightly but doesn't move. Lift small pole. Okay. Push red wall. Rotates clockwise. Compass rose is at the northwest. Push red wall again. Compass rose now indicates north. Pushing the red panel has no effect. Weird. Maybe also the direction of the arrow, because that's the direction the room's going to move in, right? Maybe?
Right.
Push mahogany wall. Sways unsteadily north and stops over another compass rose.
Right. Yeah.
There were like 3 of these, right?
Yeah. Well, push it until it stops, right?
Wait. The structure sways unsteadily north and stops over another compass rose. Suddenly, 2 identical stone hands holding tremendous bludgeons come through the top of the structure and hammer the contents of the box to pulp. That includes you.
We tried this. I remember we died this way.
Did we?
Yeah, I think.
I know we died just walking through. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, our first thought was trying this, and then it was do the invisible, because we moved it and didn't know that those were there.
Yeah. All right. Well, then, good thing we saved.
Yeah. So we're good. We can skip this.
The old man, when you die, is dressed in a hood and cloak, wearing a few simple jewels, carrying something under one arm, leaning on a wooden staff. A single key hangs from his belt. Hey, Hawkeye. Greetings. We're messing up Zork 3.
No, it's fine. They're a bunch of dicks anyway.
Yeah, it's all right. Let's see. Well, back to the anti-push timeline.
There's so many timelines. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Knock on the door.
Okay. We're at the dungeon entrance. North-south hallway, which ends to the north at a large wooden door. The corridor continues south. The wooden door has a barred panel in it at about head height. The door itself is closed. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Do we knock?
I mean, yeah, we knock.
Is the dungeon ready yet? The knock reverberates along the hall. For a time, it seems there will be no answer. Then you hear someone unlatching the small wooden panel. Through the bars of the great door, the wrinkled face of an old man appears. After a moment, he starts to smile broadly. He disappears for an instant, and the massive door opens without a sound. The old man motions, and you feel yourself drawn toward him. I am the master of the dungeon, he booms. I have been watching you closely during your journey through the great underground empire. Yes, he says, as if recalling some almost forgotten time. We have met before, although I may not appear as I did then. You look closely into his deeply lined face and see the faces of the old man by the secret door, your friend at the cliff, and the hooded figure. You have shown... That was our face. You have shown kindness to the old man and compassion toward the hooded one. I have seen you display patience in the puzzle and trust at the cliff. Well, eventually. You have demonstrated strength, ingenuity, and valor. However, one final test awaits you. Now, command me as you will and complete your quest. Narrow corridor. You are in a narrow north-south corridor. At the south end is a door, and the north end is an east-west corridor. The door is closed. The dungeon master is quietly leaning on his staff here. Your sword has begun to glow very brightly. Okay, narrow corridor. Just noting here. South end is the door. North is an east-west corridor. So I guess we can choose. So I'm guessing if they... I guess we have east and west. Is that what this means?
I don't know. I have to see it. North South corridor.
Sorry.
South end door. Yeah, I guess, yeah, that means we go east or west. Right? Yeah. It says he's ours to command, though, so tell. Yeah, alright. Here we go. Did you save?
Yes, just now.
Okay.
Because I have had enough of this, man! No, I'm kidding.
Taking my own worst enemy a little too seriously here, Jim.
I know, right? Should we kill him?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. The Dungeon Master is taken momentarily by surprise. He dodges your blow, and then with a disappointed expression on his face, he raises his staff and traces a complicated pattern in the air. As it completes, you crumble into dust. You have died. Hit any key to exit.
But he just murdered himself.
I don't know whether he's actually us or not. It's hard to say.
I mean, I'm saying it.
I mean, he could be.
All right.
It's not the first time he's done that, though.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, you exit the dungeon. Well, I guess we gotta open the door.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. So we're gonna need to, we're gonna need to redo that. Hang on. I think it's gonna skip over to, if I hit the key, yeah, it's just gonna do that. Hang on a second. Maybe he just didn't want to suffer the horrors of the adventure. Yeah, that's fair. Let me boot that back up. It actually left the program. It didn't even put us back where we needed to be. Let me find the, oh god. Let me find it again. Hey, hang on. I gotta find it. There we go. Okay. Let me bring that back up for everyone who was it, who they can see it now. There we go. Okay. Let's restore. Fun though that was. And cathartic. Okay.
Alright, so we send him...
Ooh, it actually does something when you look at him. He is dressed simply in a hood and cloak, wearing an amulet and ring, carrying an old book under one arm, and leaning on a wooden staff. A single key, as if to a prison cell, hangs from his belt. That's exactly how we're dressed. What a coincidence.
Alright, so it implies that we can move him, or tell him to go certain directions.
Yes.
Do we want to check the corridors ourselves first? Or kick the old man forward?
You! I think we should... I wouldn't mind going and checking it out myself, but...
Okay.
So we've got east and west, assuming we've
All right.
just headed...
Yeah.
We've just headed north to get here.
Yeah, east it is then. Let's
Right,
go.
You can't go that way. What?
Do
Do we
have to
go north before
first?
we go? Maybe.
Yeah.
South corridor. Yes. Okay. You're in an east-west corridor, which turns north at its eastern and western ends. The walls are made of finest marble. An additional passage leads south at the center of the corridor. The dungeon master follows you. All
So
right.
we can go northeast and northwest? Is that what
I
that
think,
means?
well, I think it means, hang on. I think it just means we can see where the other directions are going to be.
Oh, okay.
So like, oh boy, okay, hang on. So like, we've got the, okay, yes, I'm trying to make more room here. So we've got the south corridor, and that going north got us here, and it says east-west corridor, which turns north and at its eastern and western ends, which I guess mean one of two things. It either means, so like we've got from here east and west, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what it could mean is that... man, I need a little more room. There we go. What it could mean is that either there's a room here and a room here, like the corners, at which point we can head north out of both of them, or this ends up like that.
Okay.
If you see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It would be either one, really.
All right. Yeah. Let's keep walking until we figure this out.
North. You can't go that way. So now we go east or west. So I guess we'll go ahead and go east, as you had said.
Yeah.
As you had spake. All right. East corridor. This is a hall with polished marble walls. It widens slightly as it turns west at its northern and southern ends. Okay. So to my mind, maybe we're overanalyzing this, but to my mind, that means we've got East Corridor here. And it does that, basically.
Right.
And we're going to have another room probably up there. Is my thought. I didn't really see much of anything else, so I guess we just keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
So we go north, I think, from here. North corridor. This is a wide east-west corridor, which opens onto a northern parapet at its center. You can see flames and smoke as you peer towards the parapet. The corridor turns south at either end, and in the center of the south wall is a heavy wooden door with a small window barred with iron. The door is closed. The dungeon master follows you. Okay, so there's stuff here. In the north corridor. And there's a parapet and a door. And there's a way to go like that, presumably to the west corridor.
Yeah. You want to go look at the west corridor, make sure nothing...
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. West corridor, all with polished marble walls, widened slightly. It turns at northern and southern ends. The dungeon master follows you. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. And then
we have
go
confirmed.
Back
West corridor confirmed. Just noting it so that it'll be there. And so head back north.
Okay.
So, what do you think? Something's burning outside. Or beyond the parapet. And then we've got a door. A closed door with a barred window. To our south.
So, I mean, use the key on the door.
That is something I think we
look
need
at the
to
door. Yeah.
Should we look and see what's burning first, or is that...
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, I just ask because you can see the parapet and sundial from here. Wait a minute.
All right. Look at the sundial.
You can't see any sundial from here. I have a feeling that might be a north direction from here.
I'm gonna just go find a ledge and jump off of that.
No, don't. Not again. I guess we'll look at the door. We're here. The cell door is closed. Let's a little fire between friends. Do we want to mess with the door here? Look at... Wait a minute. Look at the bars. Yeah,
What's,
look through door.
what's
The
a little
cell door
fire
is closed.
between friends? Possibly consent violation. So,
Quite possibly. So we could unlock this cell if we wanted to, or we could explore to the north, I think. Where there's apparently a sundial.
save and open the cell.
Yeah, sure. Open cell door. The cell door opens.
All right.
You didn't even use the freaking key. It was just looking. The door is open.
All right. South. I might as well.
Prison cell. You're in a featureless prison cell. You can see an east-west corridor outside the open wooden door in front of you. Your view also takes in the parapet and behind a large fiery pit. As we backed up enough, we could see that. You notice that the Dungeon Master doesn't follow you. Your sword is glowing with a faint blue glow. I'm sure everything is fine. But we also didn't need the key to open that door.
All right. Does the key have a lock?
Hmm?
Does the cell have a lock?
I don't know. The cell door is open. Can't use the word lock in. You use the word lock in a way that I didn't understand. I think it's only a verb. I mean, I don't think...
Okay.
Maybe we're not supposed to do anything here yet. Maybe there's more that will happen. Maybe we're supposed to put someone in here.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we were able to open that door without unlocking it.
Yeah. All right. I mean, let's continue exploring. I guess. Let's go north a couple times.
Alrighty. Sword is glowing very brightly again. I guess we'll leave the door open. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
North. Parapet. You are standing behind a stone retaining wall. A stone retaining wall which rims a large parapet overlooking a fiery pit. It is difficult to see through the smoke and flame which fills the pit, but it seems to be more or less bottomless. The pit itself is circular, about 200 feet in diameter, and is fashioned of roughly hewn stone. The flames generate considerable heat, so it is rather uncomfortable standing here. There is an object here which looks like a sundial. On it are an indicator arrow, and in the center a large button. On the face of the dial are numbers 1 through 8. The indicator points to the number 1. To the south, across a narrow corridor, is a prison cell. The Dungeon Master rejoins you. Stone retaining wall. It rims a large parapet overlooking a fiery pit. It's probably a bottomless looking circular pit. Stone pit. Sundial and a button. Numbers 1 through 8. The indicator points to the number 1. Doesn't say where that is. But I have a guess.
So, the sundial is indicating 1.
Yeah.
Is what I. Yeah. Is what I.
So, are you thinking what I am thinking?
I don't know. Let's see. We turn the sundial to a number, and press the button.
You want to know what I think?
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me get this in frame here. I suspect this is round.
Yeah.
We are here.
Mhm.
I think this pit that we're seeing is position 1.
Okay.
And if we turn the sundial, it's going to rotate everything. Or at least this room, maybe.
Hmm.
To other views. Possibly.
Okay.
I suspect that might be what's happening. I don't know.
Okay.
But it seems to me that could be what's happening.
Well, look, the easiest way to do it is, it's set to 1. Push the button.
As 8 is, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, because it would make sense for like the number of directions around us, right? There are 8 directions you can move.
Right.
Not counting up or down. So what do you think? So what do we want to turn dial? Sundial to, what do you want to turn it to? 2 or 8?
Sure.
2. The dial now points to 2. Press button. The button depresses with a slight click and pops back. You notice that the cell door is now closed. Fiery pit. All right. The other possibility is that it rotates. Maybe there are 8 cells, possibly. I don't know.
Maybe.
You want to go back and look in the cell?
Yeah, let's go back and look in the cell.
All right.
Can we just look in the cell?
Yeah. I'd like to. It says the cell door is closed. A small window barred with... Look. Window.
Through window.
Look through bars. Look through...
Window.
Window? It doesn't understand window. You should be able to... Look through door. Cell door is closed. Very specific, isn't it?
Yeah.
Want to open the door?
Sure.
Cell door opens. Look in cell. The cell door is open.
Perfect. I see no problem with your logic. South?
Alright. Featureless prison cell, east-west corridor outside the wooden door in front of you. Large fiery pit, dungeon master doesn't follow you. Faint blue glow from the sword. Nothing here. Alright.
So, north.
Guess we just keep trying.
Yeah.
We keep trying the other 6 numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. Turn sundial to 3. The cell door is still open. Nothing else new in here now. Okay. Turn sundial to 4. Nope, nothing. I don't know if it's a thing where the door has to be closed for anything to work, but
Yeah.
we can keep going. Turn sundial to 5. Push button. Wait a minute. Stand by. Ah! I think I know why. Hang on. Yeah, okay, yeah. I understand what happened now. I haven't been pushing the button.
Ah.
That would help, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
That would help. There we go. Okay, cell door is now closed. There we go. I don't understand. Nothing is happening. Okay. Open cell door. It's genius, I know. Cell door opens. Featureless cell, nothing in there. Okay. Turn sundial. Turn the sundial to 4. Push button. Cell door is now closed. Open cell door. Cell door opens. South. Find is a bronze door which is closed. Hang on.
Okay.
That's different.
Yep.
We were on 5 there. 4 or 5?
Right,
we were on
5.
4. Well, we almost turned to 5. No, that 4 was the last one we actually did.
Oh, okay.
I turned it to 5 earlier and then turned it back to 3.
Gotcha.
Because I hadn't been pushing the button. Okay. So I'm just making sure nothing... Yeah, okay. So this is different. There's a bronze door.
Okay.
The bronze door is closed.
Yeah, fuck it. Open it.
Hang on.
No, chicken.
I mean, it's not that much. I get so tired. Okay. Open bronze door. The bronze door is locked.
Okay. Unlock bronze door with key.
Unlock bronze door with key. The key molds itself to the lock but will not turn. Turn key? You can't turn that. Knock on bronze door? I don't think anybody's home.
Okay.
So, the 4th... Hang on, I'm going to take a note here real quick, just so that I don't lose myself. Prison cell. Position 4 gives us a bronze door, and the key will shape itself to the lock, but it will not turn.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know if there's anything else that... What do you want to... Any thoughts?
I mean, let's go check the other dial settings, see if anything else is different.
Okay.
I'm still going to be on comms. I'm just going to get some fresh water.
Righto. All right. I shall continue to announce what we're doing. This is fairly straightforward, he said. Famous last words.
Okay, you're on your own.
No! I'm turning the dial to 5. I am pushing the button. And the cell door is now closed. Heading back south. I'm going to open the cell door. Cell door opens. Head south. Prison cell. Featureless prison cell. And a parapet behind that large fiery pit. Nope. Nope, nothing different for 5. So heading back out. Back up to the parapet, I'm turning the sundial to 6. I'm pushing the button. Cell door is now closed. Heading back south, opening the cell door. The cell door opens. I'm going inside. Same deal. This is exactly the same description. So we're heading north again. The north corridor. Back to the parapet. I'm going to turn the sundial to 7. I'm just also double checking to make sure I've been following the proper procedure here. Yes, good, okay. Turn sundial to 7. I'm going to push the button. Cell door is closed. South. Open cell door. Cell door is open. South. Same description of the prison cell.
Okay.
Back north. And I'm going to turn the sundial to 8. The last number. And then you push the button. South. Open the cell door. South. And it's exactly the same. So the only one that's different is 4.
Well, go back to 1 and let's make sure that's
All right.
correct.
Turn the sundial to 1. Push the button. Cell door is now closed, it says.
Yep.
Open cell door. No, it looks the same.
Okay. So now let's go back to cell 4
Okay.
and make sure the bronze door is still there.
Turn sundial to 4. Push the button. It could just be the action of the turning closes the door, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Hawkeye is queuing a commercial about real men of genius. Let's see. Open cell door. South. Yeah, bronze door. Closed bronze door.
Okay.
I have a thought, but what do you think?
I think we go outside,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
back where he is. I
Yeah,
think
he's
we,
right here, leaning on his staff.
We push the old man into the cell, and then close the cell door.
DM. Go south. Dungeon Master. Go south. I am not permitted to enter the prison cell, he says.
I'm not permitted.
Interesting.
Have him give us his key.
Ah, yeah. Dungeon Master.
Give me your key.
Give me your key. Dungeon Master, give me the key. Do not be foolish. Consider the end of your quest. You said I was yours to command. He's not doing anything we say.
Dungeon Master's a lying bitch.
Yeah. So here's another thought. What if we give him instructions? See, I don't know how this is going to work out, but if he will... Maybe he's supposed to press the button for us? Right? We send him north. We tell him to push the button. While we're in the cell.
Yeah.
I don't know if anything will happen as a result.
Try it. Let's see if we can get him to move.
Yeah, Hawkeye says he just said yours to command. He didn't say he'd obey.
The obeying is implied.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm gonna save again just for the sake of. I'm just gonna save over the last one. We haven't done anything.
I'm just gonna save again for the sake.
Yeah. Okay. North. I don't know how many commands we can give him at once. Go north. What do we want to set the dial?
Let's set the dial to what?
Yeah. Okay. Set the dial to 1.
Right. And then go south, and then tell him to go north and press the button.
Okay. I wonder if he can hear us from inside the cell. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, probably.
Dungeon Master, go north. Very well, I am at the parapet. Ah, good, that'll be easier.
Yeah.
Dungeon Master, push button. If you wish, he replies, prison cell. You are in a bare prison cell. The wooden door is securely fastened. and you can only see flames and smoke through its small window. On the south wall is a bronze door which seems to be closed. You notice that the cell door is now closed. Your sword is no longer glowing. Interesting.
All right. Now it's back to 1, so let's use the key on the door.
Yes. Unlock bronze door with key.
With key.
The key seems to mold itself to the shape of the lock. With a mere twist of your hand, the massive bolt gives way.
Yay!
That was it. I'm gonna save again because I'm paranoid.
Genius. You're welcome.
I don't actually know the thing that he's referencing, unfortunately.
I did. It's a commercial.
Open, or I've forgotten it. It may have been a while.
Okay. Never mind. Nope. No, you're fine.
We good?
You
sure?
Yep.
Anything we need? Okay.
Nope. Don't.
All right.
Don't. Stop paying attention to me, please.
Okay. If you insist.
My stupidity knows no bounds.
You're fine. On the other side of the bronze door is a narrow passage which opens out into a larger area. Okay.
Okay.
South. Treasury of Zork. This is a large room richly appointed in a style that bespeaks exquisite taste. To judge from its contents, it is the ultimate storehouse of the wealth of the great underground empire. There are chests here containing precious jewels, mountains of Zork mids, rare paintings, ancient statuary, and beguiling curios. On one wall is an annotated map of the empire, showing the locations of various troves of treasure and of several superior scenic views. On a desk...
It's a fucking game.
On a desk at the far end of the room may be found stock certificates representing a controlling interest in Frobozco International, the multinational conglomerate and parent company of the Froboz's Magic Boat Company, etc. As you gleefully examine your newfound riches, the Dungeon Master materializes beside you and says, "Now that you have solved all the mysteries of the dungeon, it is time for you to assume your rightly earned place in the scheme of things. Long have I waited for one capable of releasing me from my burden." He taps you lightly on the head with his staff, mumbling a few well-chosen spells, and you feel yourself changing, growing older and more stooped. For a moment, there are two identical mages standing among the treasure, and your counterpart dissolves into a mist and disappears, a sardonic grin on his face. For a moment you are relieved, safe in the knowledge that you have at last completed your quest in Zork. You begin to feel the vast powers and lore at your command, and thirst for an opportunity to use them. That son of a bitch! He was just looking for a way out.
Yep.
And that's it, I guess.
Congratulations. We have beat Zork.
Yes. Or it has beat us, I'm not sure.
It's definitely done that.
This is this. Oh wow. So is that the only ending, do you think, or did they do something else? I don't know. I mean, this feels like this is probably the ending, but what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, it feels like it. It feels like if it wasn't the ending, we would have gotten less points or something.
Yeah, well, we got all the points before we came in here.
Right.
So my thought is that, like... So there are two possibilities in my head, right? Either this is the ending, or we happen to luck into this ending, and we happen to luck into it by turning the dial to 1. Or there are, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 more endings.
Yeah.
Because of the different numbers on the sundial. I don't know. Or it could all just be the one thing.
I mean, we could reload it and set the dial to 8 and see what happens.
That doesn't sound right. Just me just lucking into something. I know, right? Do we want to? Do you want to go back and try other combinations, or do you want to? What do you think?
Yeah, we can, let's try one.
Yeah, let's
try
at
one.
least
Yeah.
We'll take a look at it. We'll take a look. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to reload it because it's because of the way this works. Let me go ahead and re-grab it here. Let me just go ahead and open my archive here so I can get at it. Here we go. I won? That can't be right. I know, right? It's unnatural.
This game very much tells me how big of a failure I am. So
Yeah.
I don't feel the satisfaction.
What's going on here? Okay. All right. No. Okay. The prison cell. I need to go a bit further back than the prison cell. So in the north corridor. Okay. The indicator points to 1. So turn sundial to 4. Push the button. Okay. Cell door opens. What number do we want to turn it to?
I mean, I think 8 is a good.
8? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn it to 8. And south. And south again. Dungeon Master, go north. I'm at the parapet. Dungeon Master, push button. If you wish.
Unlock the door.
As well as the bronze door, okay. Unlock bronze door with key. Twist of your hand, the massive bolt gives way. Open bronze door. You see only flames and smoke through the small window. Open bronze door. Narrow passage opens into a larger area. South.
Seems the same.
Looks the same. Yeah. It's got the stock certificates, and everything. Yeah, I think it's the same.
We just had to turn it anyway, but to
Anyway,
F4.
Yeah, I guess. I guess it was an interpreter puzzle, basically a parser puzzle where you just basically figure out how to tell the dungeon master how to do things, I guess.
Yeah.
But which was, to be fair, very new. I don't know if any other games had done that.
Yeah.
just can't take you one for an answer. I think we won. We won, man. So you can call that a win.
I finishing a computer game 40 years in the making for me.
Yeah.
This is the longest from start to finish I think I've ever done.
I just want to take a look, if we may, at the Invisiclues again real quick, just to see if there's anything major we may have missed.
And they should be amusing.
Yes, because now we can look at this with impunity. We made it, by the way. We made it to the end.
It only took more than a year.
Well, not quite. I think we started this in May, if I remember right. But half a year. Let's see. The Guardians of Zork. We already did that. That's weird. Okay, yeah, that's just gonna be stuff we've done already. Back to the Let's see, the dungeon. What should be thrown into the flaming pit? We didn't even try that. The end has come, and this was it. He dropped her in the flaming pit, Edward Gorey. Anything dropped into the pit is lost forever. I think we can throw the timber in there if we wanted. What will scratch the marble? Huh? What is the sundial and button for? You can set the dial to any of the 8 numbers. Try spinning or setting it, and then pushing the button. Did anything change? You might try putting something in the cell first. Reading the lore book now might help. Oh! I didn't know there was anything there about that.
Oh.
This is a magic dungeon, no doubt a product of Frabasco. There are 8 cells. Pushing the button causes the cell selected to appear, and the cell which was there to go back to its usual spot. Hey, we could have read the book, I guess, and gotten something that way. How do I unlock the bronze door? Have you tried the key?
Nope.
This is the first lock it has fit. Why do you think it won't turn? You must learn more about how this dungeon works. It will unlock only if you are in cell 4 and in the cell's normal location. While in cell 4, type Dungeon Master, turn the dial to 8, then press the button. It wanted you to turn it to 8.
Oh.
The bronze door will now be unlockable with the key. It did it when we turned it to 1.
Yeah.
How do I get out of the cell? Can't you open the door? The dial's been set to a new number, and you have had the Dungeon Master push the button while you were in the cell. There is no way back.
Yeah.
Before we go to the general questions, and for your amusement, I kind of want to check out one thing that it brought up.
You want to read the lore book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you'd be all right with that. Just cause like that seems to be a thing. Let me.
You must read all of the words.
Yes, all the words. It's the only way. Let's see. We are back at the North Corridor. Read book. The book seems to will itself open to a specific page. On it is a picture of 8 small rooms located around a great circle of flame. All are identical save one, which has a bronze door leading to a magnificent room bathed in golden light. A legend beneath the picture says only, "The Dungeon and Treasury of Zork." So that's really it. That's all that was.
All right.
Okay. Cool.
We didn't need your stupid book.
Yeah!
Dumb old wizard me.
I don't think that actually was us. I think that's just an old man who was pretending to be us.
No, it was us. And the way he got out of there was he stole our youth and disappeared after he found something. Like, he doesn't. Somewhere in this treasure is a lengthy curse.
We're in an eternal loop.
Right, until you get somebody to take your place.
So, how points are earned? Just so we already did all this, but earn 1 point when you encounter the hooded figure, attack the hooded figure, reach the cliff edge, jump in the lake, touch the viewing table, push the button on the time machine while the dial is set to 776. Push a sandstone wall in the royal puzzle. Okay. Of course, you can have all 7 points and still be far from completing the game.
Or not be able to complete the game at all.
Yeah, tell me about it. Dead timelines everywhere. For your amusement, have you ever, after you finish the game, said hello to the man at the cliff? We have not. But I don't feel like restoring the game all the way back to a lot of these. Yeah. I don't know. But
yeah.
Unless it's really good, I don't know. Tried to throw anything from the cliff at the man. I have not. Been eaten by the rock or swallowed by the fish in the lake. Yes, we've done that.
Yes. Yep.
Tried to eat the algae. We did not try that. Tried to examine the key repeatedly. Oh, it might be different every time we look at it. I don't know. Tried saying hello, sailor, at the ocean before the Viking boat arrives or after it leaves. You've not tried that. Been at the aqueduct view or the aqueduct at the Great Door or visiting one of the other Zorks while the earthquake took place. Yeah, that would require coordination. Seen the robot that tidies the Royal Museum and no doubt closes doors it finds open. Oh, I didn't see that. Walked into the GRU convention in the dark rooms. We did not do that. Gone to the museum entrance or jewel room in 777. We did do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was where I guess the Easter egg of Dimwit Flathead, talking about his plans.
Yeah.
Moved the temporizer to one of the other rooms in 776 and left it there, and then read the plaque in 948. Oh, yeah. Listen to the guards or the dedication through the museum door.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Looked into the passageway alongside the mirror box while next to the Guardians. Yeah, maybe something there. Looked into the mirror or knocked on the dungeon door while invisible. Oh, yeah. Well, we kind of did. But, yeah. Tried to walk through the swamp or quicksand. I think we tried that. I can't remember what happened.
Yeah.
Burned the staff book tree, GRU repellent can. Maybe? I'm not sure. We tried burning the tree. I remember that.
Yes.
And Smokey the Bear showed up. Do we want to try to go back and do any of these things, or are we good? What do you think?
I mean, I think we're pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, these sound like fun things that maybe, given a lot of time and boredom, I might go back and look at.
Yeah.
But I think I'm good.
I don't think any of them, based off of the ones that we have done, I don't think there's anything, spectacular. Like,
yeah, they're
might
Easter
be a
eggs.
couple cute things. Yeah.
Yeah. Things that they throw in. All right, well, that's about it. Do you want to look at some maps for a few minutes?
Sure.
I've got some maps. As we pull things back here. That's the other thing. So we found this site. We can look at this now because we've been everywhere. Hopefully. This is a treasury of Zork maps on this site. And so this is a guy talking about, this person, whoever this is talking about, Andrew Platkin, is talking about their collection of maps. Mm-hmm. And so this apparently was the new one. That he got. That apparently this is big. So this is I have not looked at this yet. This is my first time because I did not want to spoil it for myself.
So this is all of Zork.
So there's the man. I'm having trouble making anything out, so I guess we'll just go to the enlargements. That's the bank.
Yeah.
Bank entrance. Somebody did. This is pretty cool. And
the gallery.
The Egyptian. This is from Zork 1. This area, the Rocky Crawl, the Dreary Room, the Tiny Room, the Torch Room, the Dome Room. Remember where we tied the rope to the railing and went down. Get the torch the first time. And this is, I think, in the upper right-hand corner.
This is the very start, because that's the house.
That's the house, the White House. That's right. Yeah. Strange passage, the forest, the maze, freaking maze leading up to the grate, and the tree we climb up.
The tree.
Yeah. Nice. And this is this is by a flood control dam. Yeah, back in Zork 1. But then we also have the glacier room from Zork 2 here, so they're very close together, it looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's connected them up on this map, but it's interesting. There's Ruby room, glacier room. Is it from? Was there a glacier? I don't think there was a glacier room in Zork 1, was there?
No.
But at the same time,
Egyptian
This
room?
is in the middle. Well, no, that's Zork 1. I'm pretty sure.
Is it?
I think? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
3 slides. Hang on. This is from Zork 2, definitely, this part. The,
Yeah.
Machine room, low room, tea room, pool room, dingy closet. Riddle room. Oh god, the riddle room. And the bottom of the well that we go
The bottom of the well. Yeah.
Legend. Oh, the legend. The X says it starts here. One-way movement. Magic motion. Move to new location. This is cool. This is very cool. For the well area, I see. And so this is the whole thing. And he didn't do an enlargement of the mountain over here.
Oh, right, the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah.
Over the waterfall. Yeah.
We create that. It is kind of cool because I guess he sort of tried to connect everything up together.
Right.
From the 3 different games. I think the 3 different games. I can't. Didn't. We don't have enlargements of everything.
Right.
But it looks pretty neat. But that said, so they've got a bunch of. This person has a collection of a massive number of maps. Whereas this was like Dave Lebling's Zork map in 1978, which I think is like the whole thing. Maybe. Let me see. Is the MIT version, right?
Right.
Cave, mirror room, crypt, tomb. Yeah, because you've got the reservoir north and south. The troll room. Yeah, that's sort of. Looks like this is how the game was when it was combined all into one thing. And you want before I do anything, if you want, just so that to make this easier on your end, if you like, I can send you this link real quick.
Sure.
And so you can see what we speak. I'll send it over the Discord real quick so that you've got that. But yeah, it looks like for this one, they've got the coal mine, which we spent so much time in, and there's the White House and everything. This is mostly Zork 1 and 2, it looks like, but it seems like...
Right.
There's the lava room, and the volcano, and the glacier room. Okay, yeah, that map that we were just looking at,
Yeah.
I think must be just an expansion of this one. This is like the original MIT map. That's why we were thinking about this is why this has the glacier room in it. I understand now. As it was really these 2 different dungeons that were combined into a single dungeon. And it has the bank of Zork, that you go from the gallery that's underneath the house. Okay. Interesting, okay. It has a bunch of those things. And the original Fairhand map of MIT Zork. And there's another archived map, the official Zork, the official hint map from 1981. Which is this also MIT Zork? It doesn't. There are no Roman numerals after it. But this one looks like mostly Zork 1. Yeah, this looks like this is pretty much just Zork 1, this one. And like the next one. I'm sorry. Let me know if you want me to slow down on any of this. I'm just
No, you're fine.
This is. I remember this one. This is a poster map.
Right.
That was drawn for Infocom. It's more sort of a little more artistic in sort of the way they wanted to present it, because you've got the White House up top, and then you go down into the Empire, and you've got that sort of circular room where you go down to grab the torch, and you've got people crawling along a ledge, which is nice, and people burning in the flames below. That's not so nice. But it does go down to Hades, so that's kind of, I think, what that's representative of.
Right.
And very, very broad strokes, this one. Ah.
Oh, I remember that one. Okay.
Trying to zoom in and see detail. Is that the troll?
Yeah.
That's the troll.
Yeah, I remember that poster. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I remember the troll specifically. That drawing of the troll.
Yeah, this whole thing is taking up a lot of memory space, so I don't know how much I want to mess with it. Ah. I've backed out as far as I can, so this is a very big file, it looks like.
Yeah.
There's so much detail, though, that you can see if you zoom in. That is neat. The mailbox. Hee. Nice. And okay, this is back when they'd retitled it Zork 1 for the Zork users group, and I'm gonna move a little faster now, I think, because unless I see something terribly interesting. Zork 2 poster. Which I'll look at this one a little bit. Oh, there's so much. Okay.
The dreaded carousel room.
Oh my god. Yes.
How big is the file that in this day and age it's
loading?
That's
it's 13,173 by 16,488.
I haven't seen this happen since the 90s.
That's a big ass picture, but I love the idea, the view of it, where they've put. I'm not going to try zooming in. I might save it, but the fact that they've set this up where the carousel room's in the center of everything, and it's like sort of it's almost a curved above and below thing. Where you see, did you see here where it's like you've got a top down view?
Yeah.
But around the carousel room, everything sort of is like moving away, like it's at the top of a globe type deal. You know, that sort of view.
Yeah.
It's neat. I love that. I will afterwards. I may save it and try to zoom in on some of this. These we've seen. We have the Invisicludes maps. This was the first Invisicludes map.
Right.
And it says Dungeon Map by Stephen Roy. The original. This is for the MIT. This is the MIT version. This is hand drawn as though for one's home campaign. This dungeon map was originally drawn in January of 1979 by Stephen Roy. Revisions to the original were made over the following months, and final changes, Magic Motion, added in March. Endgame is intentionally omitted. This drawing made January 1981. It all starts here. Did you ever draw things like this?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, mainly for, like, D&D quests and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Same.
Like, very similar.
Map is drawn with all obstacles removed, where possible clues are given on how to remove the obstacle, but some skill is still required for the others. Typical obstacles are Reservoir, Well Motion, Cyclops, Ice in Glacier Room, Spirits at Hades, Round Room Motion, Rainbow, Lower Shaft Access in Coal Mine, West from Living Room, Bank Operation, Magic Motion, etc. I love this. It's the volcano. That is interesting because I think the demarcation kind of originally the Egypt room went to the glacier room. It was like you could crawl down from in Zork 1, the big domed room, and down into the quote-unquote Egypt room, and from there into the volcano or the glacier room. Which they just sort of... So they created a lot for Zork 2. They created more than I realized.
Yeah.
Because Zork... It seems like the big things that they took from the original MIT Zork for Zork 2 were it was the bank and the volcano. They had the bank puzzle.
Right.
So, interesting. Oh, look, it says low round room. So they did have with the machine room, it says. So they also I think they must have had some version of the carousel room as one of these round, because I remember the round room in Zork 1.
Right.
But it's got this machine here. And the riddle room and all that. So they lifted that too.
Yeah.
I think it was very clever. They turned it into its own thing. So that's pretty neat. And see, dungeon map in 2008. Re-rendering Roy's map in Photoshop, doing more territorial context and adding in the end game region. And this again is the MIT thing. Ye old puzzle room. We just did this. Or something similar.
Yeah.
So I guess that was the end game of. Interesting. Okay, so the maze led to the puzzle room, which they ended up putting in Zork 3. And also, wait. Crypt, top of stairs, stone room, small room, hallway, dungeon entrance, and this is what we just did also with the parapet. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So MIT Zork actually did end the same way, it looks like.
Yeah, they just expanded and separated some things out.
Yeah. That's fascinating. Okay. So the crypt that you go to... Okay, that must be... It says it puts a crypt here, and I think that's... That when you leave the house... No, forest number 3... I'm looking for the crypt entrance. If it's giving it in another location. Or I could just be imagining things. But, I feel like, yeah, I feel like the crypt or whatever is probably they're talking about the place you enter after you've put all the treasures in and you're leaving. Maybe.
Right. Maybe.
I don't know for sure, but yeah, that seems like that could be it, right?
Yeah.
Fascinating. Cool. And this, of course, is... I love this.
That I remember.
I have only seen that on this webpage.
Oh, really? I've seen this.
There's this map designed like the... There's the Cyclops. Designed like the letters of Zork. Oh, that's funny. I love that. Abandoned Hope. This, I think, is primarily just Zork 1, it looks like.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Things I have not seen. And then there's... my God, there's so much of this. I'm going to go ahead and also... Before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and... I'm going to put this link in the chat so folks can also see what I'm talking about if they want to look at it, at any of these in greater detail. This too looks like, yeah, same thing looks like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, again, this is MIT Zork, looks like. But without the end game. Well, it's got the puzzle room, but that's not the end game. But nice, nice. Okay. And then this one, which comes back around. Updates the layout yet again. Uses the isometric layout for an appropriately gamey sense of space. And treasures have a golden glow on this map, which is nice. This is the actual file. We can now look around. This is the one that we started with. This is apparently, as of this website, the most recent of these types of maps. Which is pretty cool. Nice.
Yeah, I love it.
Very cool, yes. Awesome. So we have gone all the way through Zork. Or we made
Yay.
it. Through the original trilogy at least.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Accomplished.
Yes. Strangely, actually, so do I at this point. I feel as though we've done a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. The completionist in me is very happy.
Yes, me too. It's been since the 1980s. I have been planning to finish this.
Exactly.
I've
said things like, "I'll get to that."
Been 40 years, and I finally. My grandmother got me a copy of Zork 1, and she said, "When you finish this one, you can have Zork 2." We made it!
Yeah, take that, Grandma. I do what I want.
Yeah. I guess the question has come up now in chat, now what? That is a good question, which we've kind of been talking about a little bit. Do we want to talk about that now, or do we want to do that off stream? I'm good either way.
Yeah, we can talk about that now.
Okay. So we had a couple of options we were thinking about. Either continuing with, if we were to continue with just the Zork timeline, right? Then we'd go to Enchanter next. But if we want to continue with the Infocom timeline, we're at 1982 now. In 1982, we have a couple more games that came out, Deadline and Starcross. I have played a little bit of Starcross, didn't get very far. I have not played Deadline. And this is a mystery game and a sci-fi game. I think we said, do you want to, so let's see, do you want to go to Deadline next? Or Starcross, or one of these two?
I think our thought was that it's been a lot of Zork, and Zork 3 in particular has been a little harsh on us.
It's been a lot of Zork.
and maybe we just, do either of those and then jump back in.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's not a bad idea. What we can do, so for now, let's follow I think we're going to follow, and Unstable Days is saying, more Zork! It's like, eventually. These take us a while, but, eventually.
I mean, this last one took us a while.
Yeah.
These other ones might go pretty quickly.
Maybe.
Deadline and Starcross, and then we'll be back into Zork real quick.
Yeah. Now, I will say, these two, apparently, again, these are still older games. They may not be easy, but they're going to be different at least from what we've been doing. Mm-hmm. Starcross, I remember, is very difficult, apparently. Deadline, I know very little about. But it's, I'd be willing to jump in and just, take it for a spin and see what happens.
Yeah.
Either that or we go to the Perry Mason game. No. Anyway. So, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Deadline is... let me go here. So, is another of their folio releases that they did, which we'll look at in more detail, I think. Are we feeling... So are we feeling? Do you want? I just want to check in. Do you want to just go to Deadline next, or do you want to do Starcross next? I'm good either.
Yeah, I'm good either way. But I mean, a Deadline sounds good.
Very
I'm
different
good.
genre, I think. We
Locked
can
Door,
give that a
Dead
try.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah. We can give this a shot. 12 hours to solve the murder. So we'll
Good.
see
Good.
what this
So
is like.
we'll have lots of dead timelines. Perfect.
Yes, great. We will see what this is like, and then if we can always bail if we decide we want to do a different one. But
Right.
yeah, I think that'll be decent enough. We can give that a shot and sort of see where that goes. And this will give us a break. We'll still be doing Infocom style games, but we're gonna take a break from Zork for a little bit.
Yeah.
And try something
brief.
new, something new, something I have not played.
Yeah.
And kind of go from there.
Yeah.
All
And I
right.
think just for clarity's sake, I believe we're gonna have to do starting Deadline in the new year.
Yes, I feel as though that will be the case because of dear God, we are now at we are in mid-December at this point.
Right.
As
So
we're recording this.
Well, late, early January. Like
Yeah.
we'll still keep the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We're just gonna skip next week.
Yeah,
Or
pretty much.
the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, so we're gonna so like in a couple weeks from now there will be end of the year stuff happening, and so then January, a couple weeks into January, I guess is when we're gonna start up.
Tentatively January 11th.
Tentatively, yes. Provided the world has not unspun itself, but we will see. All right.
Who knows anymore?
Dear God, yeah. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. But I thank you very much for playing this with me.
Yeah, thank you, friend.
Yeah, thank you, friend.
This has been fun. I like
This
this.
has been good. Yeah. So, yay! Thank you, and thank you all who are watching for joining us on this strange journey.
Yeah.
We made it. We actually made it.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna go fuck the world of Zork up, and I'm gonna go eat a Gru. How do you like it, you little bastard?
So it turns out that much later in the timeline, after we get sometime perhaps past 1,000 GOE, the whole thing is turned into a tourist trap where they herd Grus for sport. I don't know. And then there will be a later timeline after. I think there's an apocalypse eventually. Maybe the Grus can overcome their overlords at some point.
Finally, my time has come.
And they will rebel and once again cover the earth. The thing about it is that I can't remember much about the apocalypse. You get hints of it in Beyond Zork, but there's also time travel involved in that. Surprise. But it's not like it's not like the time travel we've seen so far, though. It's more just sort of well, you'll see. Eventually, one day you'll see. Do they serve group pie here? I don't know. Oh dear God. But I don't know. Grus have rights too. Grus are people too, apparently. Though, so we have to be respectful of that. They have refrigerators. That's what I'm saying. Or they will have refrigerators by the time we get to Wishbringer. But I get ahead of myself. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming and watching this silliness. Sarah, is there anything else you wanted to let the audience know as we're here at the end of the year? And any final thoughts on Zork 1 through 3?
It is long in the making and very satisfying in the completion of a game where, as a child, you went, "This is really cool. I quit." So
Exactly.
It's nice to complete something that had sown doubt into so many minds of the youth.
Yes. Finally checked that off the bucket list. Finally. Dear God.
Yeah.
Awesome. I feel the same way. Have you got anything? Was there anything else going on you wanted to mention or anything before we take off?
No, not yet. You know, things are coming around. Hopefully, sometime in the new year, I will have things to like announce and do.
Awesome. Excellent. Excellent. As kind of mentioned at the top of this, we've got some on this channel for some time over the next 2 weeks. I'll probably be back, doing video gaming. I've been playing Among Trees, which is sort of a chill survival game that's been a lot of fun, and so I'll probably be bouncing back to that soon. But then I also very recently started another adventure game, a retro style adventure game. There are companies within the last decade or so have been making more adventure games in older styles, strangely enough. One of these is Wajidai Games, and I have been playing a game of theirs called Shardlight, which is a post-apocalyptic game, and it's one of those, it's kind of in the style of the later Sierra and LucasArts games, where you have a character, you move around the screen, but it's still pixelated enough that it looks kind of like those games did at that time, but it's more complex because it was written more recently. Very interesting so far, and not much in the way of pitfalls that just stop you dead. A couple of places I was like, wait, what? But it's pretty interesting so far. So I'm enjoying the story. So I'll be playing that probably. And then as far as tabletop RPG events go, around the end of the year, which is when things like this happen, I have been working on a card game, a card-based story game called 1 Year Hence. It is in the style of For the Queen, and it is inspired by the story of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. The people in it are telling the stories of characters who are all challenged by the Green Knight, and they're all traveling together to the Green Chapel to meet their fate at the end. And we're going to have a series of one-shots of that for the first time on this channel. First time this game has ever been streamed, because I think I've got it roughly where I want it at this point.
Right here. Got you.
Yeah. It took a lot of play. We did a lot of play testing over the last couple of years.
Good.
And so when I had time and when folks had time, I ran a number of play tests. And this iteration of it feels very much the way I want it to feel, at least to me. So hopefully this will work. This will work out. Working on finally just getting it so we can, and I talked about this at the beginning, but getting it so that I can publish soon, hopefully, and release it into the wild. But that will be the dates of those. I have to figure out. They're going to be 1 or 2 of these one-shots, a little bit before and a little bit after the new year, but right within that same week. And I will make announcements about the specific dates when we get there, but it's looking like that's when it's going to happen. So look for that. And then in the new year, of course, Alas for the Angry Void, Alas for the Awful Sea in Space, powered by the Apocalypse game, people in a ship doing cargo gigs and what have you, going to remote colonies and getting embroiled in the problems there. And so I think that'll be fun. We've got a good cast for that, and we're actually having our off-stream session 0 very soon for that. So very much looking forward to getting that together. And perhaps there will be more things. You have to see what happens.
Yay!
But in the meantime, folks, thank you all very much for coming, joining us on this journey. When we hit the end card, we might go say hi to somebody. I'm going to look for somebody, and we may go do a raid. Feel free to hang on and say hi to them with us. In the meantime, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you all of a sudden. Farewell.
Thanks. Bye.